Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man, D Real, coming at you with another Be Real with D Real, where entertainment is what I do. I have not done an action figuring in a while. I was sitting online chatting with some of me homies about action figures and action figure related type things. Um, and I copped a couple action figures this morning. So I wanted to share one of them in particular since I just recently did a movie recap of Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. I wanted to kind of continue in that vein because I picked me up a Dungeons and Dragons figure. Nah, not none of them Dungeons and Dragons figures from the movie, not even Dungeons and Dragons figures from the cartoon series from 1983. This is Dungeons and Dragons. If you gonna get a Dungeons and Dragons figure, you might as well go with one of the most recognizable of them all, Warduke, ultimate action figure. Ooh, what's ultimate about it? Got that. I like that artwork. That artwork is slamming. That's a nice looking figure. Looks to be about 7 inches or so. We gonna get into that in a second. But first, I need y'all to do what y'all always do for me. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D Real page so that when new material comes out, you get it. If you're digging what a brother shoved and put some dirt in my bucket, comment, like, subscribe, and share all of this. My fingernails getting long. Time for a trim. Anyway, Warduke. For those of you who are not avid Dungeons and Dragons fans, you are probably asking the question, who is Warduke? Well, if you hang on for a second, I'm gonna tell you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let you look at some images of the Warduke as I do so. That, ladies and gentlemen, is Warduke. Warduke is a most distinctive character, very, very recognizable in Dungeons and Dragons lore due to that Frazetta like appearance that he possesses. Warduke was a mercenary from the world of Orth, and he once served as a member of the Horn Society and later the League of Malevolence. That latter one we'll get to in a second because they were a band of evil adventurers. Kind of like how you get together in Dungeons and Dragons and you form a group and y'all want to get gold and prestige and honor and glory. Nah, Warduke formed up with some folks and they was like, we just want to FSHIT up because we can. What kind of person was the Warduke? The Warduke took pleasure in hunting down his foes and revel with the savagery in which he carried out his executions. The Warduke, if y'all didn't know, by the way, was a mercenary, and there he is right there with his fellow League of Malevolence member and leader, the sorcerer Kellic. And we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, he's most recognizable because of that helmet with the bat wing appendages on the sides of it, which he never takes off. And no one has seen what Warduke looks like under that mask. He's a dark fella. He's a real dark fella. Oops, I'm dropping action figures. He is a general. He's a war general. And he usually leads the charge when, as you can see right there with an army of lizard men. And his favorite weapon is flame tongue, which is a sword which he can make burst into flames at will. And he always rocks that shield and that half mail armor. Why you would want to protect half of your body is beyond me. But there they go, squaring off with some folks that wanted beef with him. Basically, he's a brutal killer, a combatant, and swordsman, and he can draw inner strength, is what it says in Dungeons and Dragons Wiki, to bolster his strength and vitality in battle. And Warduke always fights to the death. So that's the cat you want on your squad if you put together an evil squad. This right here is the League of Malevolence. Right there. Second from the right is the Sorcerer Kellic and leader. To the far left is Zargash, the cleric. Back over here, this evil-looking lady shooting lightning out of her wand and into her hand is the warlock Skyla. And on the end, we got the dwarf thief Zarek. And, of course, Warduke. Very balanced little squad. They got the might, the muscle, and the power in that group. And their whole goal was to seek more and more power. I like anti-heroes. I like villains. I like people that don't want to be good guys. Not all the time. Or because in real life, none of us are virtuous like a paladin. You know what I mean? None of us are perfect and honorable in all our ways like a holy cleric. But we ain't talking about clerics and paladins. We talking about ruthless mercenaries like the Warduke. So let's get the Warduke broke out, and we're gonna see what the accessories look like and articulation and all of that good stuff here in a second, thanks to the magic of videos. And here, ladies and gentlemen, is your Warduke. Get a good look at that. That is some amazing detail. And I like how they keep the features of his face disguised true to the character, true to the canon, true to the source material. Marvel, DC, y'all listening? What you supposed to be doing? Look at the detail on that outfit, man. Look at the detail on that fur loin. Look at that, man. Just look at that, man. That joint is oozing with detail. That is NECA. That's NECA for you, baby. Look at that. Look at that pouch. Look at the detail on that figure. I am absolutely loving it. The head turns. I mean, you know, how much mobility your head gonna have in a helmet like that? I mean, his peripheral is probably terrible. But let's see what kind of art. I mean, you got that loin, you know, you got that loincloth. You still got, you know what I'm saying? You got that articulation of movement in the leg. It goes pretty far out for somebody with a loincloth and chainmail on. So yeah, that is some nice articulation on the arm. Yeah, look at that. You got some. That's better than none. That's better than what I thought it was. But yeah, he's got some articulation. Not too much in the midsection, but I mean, what do you expect with that big ass Conan the Barbarian belt on? He's not gonna have a lot of you try bending over and touching your toes with a WWE championship belt on. Let's see, what kind of accessories does the Warduke have with him? He's got his shield. Damn, that shield is the heftiest, heaviest piece of plastic I have ever seen in my life, bruh. You could hurt somebody with that. That is a true friggin' shield. Okay. Now we're going to put that. We're going to slide it on this arm like so. See what I'm saying? We're going to put that shield on there. He's got a handle. We're going to put that handle in his hand like that. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of hands, let me stop. He comes with two. He got a hand that he's pointing with. I guess he gives a lot of orders. Then he's got another hand that he can hold either the shield with or the sword with. I'm gonna pop this one off and see what it do. That's a lot of articulation here. Okay. We got the new hand in. We got the sword arm in. Or maybe this is the shield arm. I think it's probably the shield arm. But fret not. we got a gauntlet arm that grabs and grips too. So hang on while we get shielded up. We shielding 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 up. And now it's silent. You got to be an OG to know what's going on with them. Thanks to the magic of editing, I wrestled like a full 5-10 minutes trying to get this Warduke to grab this shield. And I finally had him grabbing it. I'm probably going to edit it. Yeah, heard the pop. And there you go. He's gripping that shield with some authority. Okay. And then, of course, we waiting for the highlight, of course. We waiting for the highlight. Are we waiting for the highlight? Ain't this the piece resistance that y'all was waiting for? Ain't this what you was waiting to see? Him with this sword. And it's called Flame Tongue for a reason. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. That slides right. That is very cool. Clever people. Those flames slide. Well, I'm going the wrong way. There we go. Look at that. My man's got flames on his sword. Evil. Diabolical even. And he can hold that sword up in conquest. And he can hold that gauntlet up in conquest and look very cool. But when the flames die down, the sword fits handily on his back. That's some detail. I like it. Now, he also has extra weapons. I don't see the second compartment for the knife, but he's got a very long dagger that fits handily right there. I think that might be a better place to put that dagger. I think this other dagger might go in there. Not 100% sure, but oh, looky there. Yep, because it don't go there. There's where that dagger goes. Okay, I was trying to fit a straight dagger into a curved dagger scabbard. So there you go. Overall, very nice looking figure. The mobility, I guess the articulation is my only kind of sort of my caveat with it. He's got a little more mobility than I would expect it, but at the same time, it's not the greatest mobility, but he's a guy in chainmail. So what do you expect? But that is the Warduke. Crazy helmeted man of mystery who kills for money and is a member of the League of Malevolence. Shout out to y'all that played Dungeons and Dragons Greyhawk and Forgotten Realms. That guy. Right there. What he does. That's it for action figuring, y'all. Any questions, thoughts, or any Dungeons and Dragons little trivia or nostalgia you'd like to share with me, feel free to drop it in the comments. And as always, I'll be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.